guys have both talked about how you don't see your characters getting a happy ending, but are you happy with the ending of the series and where your characters' stories conclude?
I don't think happy is the right word.
No, it's
I think it's right. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And I feel, came at it as truthfully as possible. But I think I don't really care about happy.
mm,
You know what I mean? I think that also the show has never really cared about happy. It's to remain complex and remain slightly in a place of longing.
mm.
I think that does.
Yeah,
I think it does.
I would agree. It's because it's so different when you're in it. You just have to focus on the kind of material and what's at hand and execute that. And then, like, I feel like it's not until now and people are asking us this question. It's like, oh God, no, people are going to be happy or they're going to be mad or they're going to, it's like, because everyone's so invested in it. So I really hope that people enjoy it, and can see that the characters got to a place, because it led them there, truthfully.
Did either or both of you guys go into shooting this season knowing what the ending of the season would be? Did you have that information?
No,
yes and no, but no.
we knew vague details where they were thinking of maybe ending up, but it evolved as we were going. A lot of the time we get the next episode when we're filming, we'd get episode 3 when we're filming 2, or you're constantly kind of working at that kind of pace. So a lot of those discussions were happening when we were shooting.
I think our show in particular, in this season in particular, we were really discovering it and creating it and making it while we were shooting it.
And accepting it.
Yeah, accepting it while we were shooting it. Yeah.
You've had different female voices for each of the 4 seasons of this show. What has it been like to collaborate with these incredibly talented women? And what do you feel Laura Neal brought to this final season?
I think what, kind of Sid Gentle have opened up here is such an incredible opportunity, to give like a female writer this role each season and kind of delve in that way and have them take the lead. I think we've all learned so much from it, because each writer has such a distinct voice and their own impressions of the characters and where they see the characters going, that, you all end up having to kind of mold to each other in a way and work with each other. I think what I've really enjoyed about it is this, it's been really inclusive in a sense of like, we all get around the table and we discuss and we chat about what it is that is on the page and what feels right. I mean, what doesn't feel right. And it's been always such an open conversation. I remember Laura wrote, she wrote the last 2 episodes of season 3, and it was one of my favorite scenes with Helene, when she's just got back from Russia with her mom. And I remember there was just a kind of like freshness from Laura, and I felt like she understood it. So to be able to kind of carry that relationship on with her was amazing.
Sandra, how has that been for you? I mean, as an EP on the show, what's it been like to sort of re-find your voice among a different voice every time?
I found it really challenging. It's really challenging, but within that challenge and in trying to adapt to new dynamics, creativity can occur. It really can. And so I really much leaned into that.
Yeah.
It does. The more, the newer voices you have, it just creates different dynamics. And sometimes it forces you to figure out, it forces you to think outside of what you think that the character is. And sometimes it really, really forces you to know even more of what the character is. Because, throughout the whole 4 seasons, the consistency has been in the cast.
Yeah.
And some of the crew members. So I leaned into that while, welcoming that fresh and very different dynamics.
Jodie, why is it so important for Villanelle to prove that she's different and that she's changed? Do you feel like she can really change? Is she just past actually being able to do that? Why is it so important for her this season?
It's funny because I think on the surface she feels it's important. Like I feel like she thinks she's invincible and she can put her hand to everything and she's good at everything, and then to be told over and over again, especially by like her mom, that she's not worth anything, she's bad, she's always been bad, monster. Like I think all these words have kind of clung to her, and she sees that as a challenge. And also like I think there's part of her that wants this other life, that wants is seeking this kind of normal life. It's not really a normal life, but she wants all these things that she can't have because she's her own worst enemy, and she finds that in the church. I think she's tried and tried and tried, but she finds it in the church. And because we see religion as representing something good, and she thinks if I'm here and I follow the rules and I do as I'm told and I stick to this A, B, and C, I am good, and I've succeeded in that. But I don't think it's coming from an honest place. I don't think she knows who she is entirely. And that's why this is a real challenge for her, because I don't think she can escape herself. But she's trying. She's trying.
Sandra, Eve is on a revenge mission this season, which also seems to line up with what Carolyn is focused on. What can you say to tease what we can expect from this mission, and tying in everything with the 12? I mean, how far is all of this going to push her to the edge?
Oh, I think Eve goes on a real existential journey this season, where her search and hunt for the 12 pushes her towards, I think, and I also feel quite deeply affected because of the pandemic, the big questions of what is like the meaning of life and the purpose of being, and how do you go on if nothing really changes? Which comes later on in the season, where I think that she's just left with the big questions in life. Like how does one go on? I don't want to give any, I hope I didn't give anything away there.
No.
But it is a real existential journey. And it goes quite dark for she hits those limits.
Yeah, it seems like she's more willing to take more drastic steps to get what she wants.
Yes.
Does that feel further away from who she's been until now, or does it feel closer to who she's becoming?
Oh, deeper, absolutely, into who she is. To be able to explore, I mean, obviously fictitiously through a character, your own moral ambiguity. You know what I mean? And to not deny that. I like the fact that this season, you see Eve kind of embrace it and step into it wholeheartedly. It takes her into like a very questioning places, but there's less fear, I'd say. There's less fear, or there's less unwillingness. There's more confidence within just stepping into that, which clearly I think just makes her a more whole character.
Where do these characters fit into each other's lives at this point? Because they are taking very different personal journeys. So how is that changing how they feel about each other?
I don't know if it really changes how they feel about each other. I think I think I can say for Eve, there is less denial of who Villanelle not so much is, but is to her. Right. So I think you see how much more deeply Villanelle has affected Eve. I see the change in Eve from the top of the series to then deeper into the series. Because you do spend more time with the both of them. It's just a new way of seeing how they've affected each other and how they affect each other.
Yeah. even though there's a lot going on, there just seems to be like a calmness, like less resistance between the two. It feels like we've earned this, given everywhere we've been beforehand. Like it's come to this natural place of we're now seeing them. Yeah, you just see them reacting in ways that are so different, because it's in the past has been so hostile and kind of fragmented, that it feels very different this season. Well, from the bridge onwards.
Yeah. I appreciate you both talking to me about this. It has been so fantastic to watch you both in these characters, and I can't wait to see the rest of the season.
Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.